In election 2016, Donald Trump is now the presumptive GOP nominee. His win in Indiana led his rival Ted Cruz to drop out of the hunt. On the Democratic side, Bernie Sanders defeats Hillary Clinton and ensures voters he won't quit. But can he win the superdelegates needed to win the party's nomination? Let's talk about all things election 2016. News4JAX political analyst Jennifer Carroll back here on the morning show. First, Donald Trump, presumptive nominee. He still has work to do. Some people say he needs to go into the convention with more than the 1237. What do you think?
Well, why put the burden higher on him than anyone else? At this juncture, the party needs to come together. People need to unify because the opposition is the Democrat nominee, which will be Hillary Clinton. The bottom line is this was a resounding victory for Donald Trump in Indiana. This was Cruz territory. If you remember last week, after the Acela primaries, Cruz says we're going back into more friendly terrain, which is Indiana. He was 20 points ahead a month ago. Well, folks in Indiana spoke. Even the most conservative county, Allen County, in Indiana, Ted Cruz won by just 0.5%.
Trump was pretty laid back last night, and he admitted, he says, now the job is to go ahead and unite the GOP. But John Kasich isn't dropping out. Can Trump do what he needs to do to bring about the unification? One
of the things that gets me with the unification conversation is that it's only one way. They want Donald Trump to unify the party. But what about the others that are anti-Donald Trump, stop Donald Trump? Those folks need to come and meet him halfway as well, because a relationship is two-way. So if you're asking one person to unify with you, you have to be willing to unify with them. And that's the only way the Republicans will win the general election against Hillary Clinton. Because if it is about stopping Obama for the third term, then you're going to have to get behind your candidate to make sure that that's the person that's elected come November next year.
That said, is that maybe why the powers that be said to Ted Cruz, time to hang it up so we can bring about this unification. Otherwise, we don't stand a snowball's chance come November.
Well, his money was going to dry up. Losing 7 primaries straight, not really gathering that many delegates. You're over 600 points down as far as delegates. You're not going to get there from here, and we're probably not going to get into a second and third voting in the a contested convention, so it's not going to happen. And he did say if there was not a clear pathway to victory, then clear pathway to get the delegates 12 to 37, I was going to not be in this. So he's true to his word, and hopefully he gets behind the front runner, which is Donald Trump, and Kasich doesn't have any more free meals to come, that he gets behind Donald
He only
Trump.
got 8% of the vote, too. Let me ask you about the burn factor.
Yes.
He won, and he won handily in Indiana, and he says, I'm not going anywhere. He's holding on to hopes that there could be a brokered Democratic convention. Is he still in the hunt?
What Donald Trump talked about on the Republican side is a rigged election. Well, here it is on the Democrat side. It's truly rigged. You're going to have a candidate in Bernie Sanders to win more primary elections and have less delegates than Hillary Clinton. What's wrong with that picture? But because of her delegates that are bound to her, she has that larger number. But he's going to take this all the way to the convention, I believe, and that's going to be a contested convention. So it'll be interesting to see.
It's going to be very interesting. I've never seen anything like this. Election 2016 is an anomaly, and certainly one for the pundits to look back on historically and go, what happened?
Exactly.
Jennifer Carroll, always a pleasure. Thank you.